and welcome to Calabama Cooking with Chef Lorious, a California girl with an Alabama flair for cooking. So excited to have you today. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being here. Welcome back. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and be sure to hit the bell so you're notified every time I have a new video up. Today, we are making a requested video of meatloaf. Someone asked me for my recipe on meatloaf. You can never have too many meatloaf recipes, so I'm excited to share mine with you today. Let me know what's your favorite comfort food. Start commenting below. I can't wait to read it and interact with you. So let's get cooking some meatloaf. Let's start with our ingredients. Of course, we've got ground beef. I'm using 2 pounds of ground chuck. Now, I'm also using a ½ pound of Italian sausage. Some people like to wrap their meatloaf in bacon. I like to put my pork in the meatloaf. We've also got some garlic. We're going to mix in some parmesan cheese, some breadcrumbs, a couple of eggs to help keep it together. We've got some ketchup and brown sugar for our topping. We've got some parsley, Dijon mustard, Worcestershire sauce. Of course, I've got some onions I'm getting ready to put in the skillet. There are all kinds of ingredients, but don't worry, the recipe's down below. Let's get cooking. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to start by softening up our garlic and onions. You know, every good meal starts with garlic and onions. So I've got some olive oil that I'm putting here in my skillet, and to that olive oil I'm going to add some minced garlic, one of my favorites, and we're also going to add 2 to 3 cups of onions. Now I want you to see this. I've chopped these onions up. Let me move the oil out of the way. But I want you guys to see my little gadget. I love this. This is not a sponsored video, but I just like to share things with you guys. Look at this. You can just rock back and forth and chop these onions up. I'm hoping I can find a link to this so I can put it down below, so if you guys are interested, you can find this as well. Isn't that awesome? See that? Okay. I just wanted you guys to see that. I thought it was neat. I love sharing with my Calabama family. All right, guys. So our garlic is starting to sizzle. Now we're going to add into that these onions that we've chopped up, because we want everything to get all together. Ooh, yeah. You know what? You start cooking and you get the smell of onions and garlic going in the kitchen. You know it's going to be a good day. Isn't that a song? It's going to be a lovely day. From the 70s, lovely day, yeah. Onions and garlic, that's a lovely day to me. We're gonna start sauteing these up, letting them get a little soft so we can mix them in with our meat. Oh boy. I'm also gonna put some seasoning in there. I'm gonna put in, you guys know I believe in seasoned pepper. We'll sprinkle some of that in there. And we will also put in there some salt. Here we've got. Put that on there. Oh, this looks delicious. Just going to get these nice and soft, get some of this excess moisture out of these onions so it won't dry our meat out when we cook it. Now while that's cooking up, I'm going to start on the sauce that's going to go on top of our meatloaf. We have 3 cups of ketchup here, okay? And to that I'm going to add 3 tablespoons-ish of brown sugar. Okay? And that's going to give it a nice little kind of sweet topping. You know that nice little sweet ketchup-y thing that's on top of meatloaf? Okay, I said 3, but I meant 4-ish, because I think I have a little bit more than 3 cups in there. You guys know me in measuring. I measure how I feel. I let my heart tell me how to measure. Again, if you're new here, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited to have you. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like what you're saying. And if you want to just learn how to cook, and you want to learn how to cook and understand that it's not that hard, but you just like it, you're in the right place. This is where you need to be, right here on the Chef Lorious channel, because I love cooking from the heart, and I give all my recipes away. Even when people say I shouldn't, I do. Oh, look at that, guys. Doesn't that look good, how it's coming together? This is going to be inside of our meatloaf. Now, some people like to add celery in here, and some people like putting bell peppers in here too. All of that's fine. You do what you're going to do to it. But I like, you know, I love onions. The only thing better than an onion is a shallot. Ooh, and they're cousins. Oh, yeah. I smell it. It's starting to really work. Oh, yeah. Well, this is going to be good. So we're not going to overcook these. We're just getting them nice and soft, okay? And then what we're going to do is we are going to remove this from the heat. I'm just like trying to figure out where I'm going to put all these things because I'm so excited and it smells good. I was organized in my mind until I Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay guys, so we're gonna take this off the heat because we just needed it to get a little soft. We're not fully cooking it, we just wanted to get a little soft. I'm gonna remove this from the heat. Okay, and what I'm going to put in here is some Worcestershire. Okay, a little bit of Worcestershire sauce in here. This is about 3 tablespoons or so, maybe a little bit more of Worcestershire to taste. I'm gonna put a little bit of Dijon mustard in here and shake it up. Dijon has a nice little flavor. It does some nice things to food, you know? Put a little bit of that in there. That's about a tablespoon or so of that, okay? And then to that, we're going to add some parsley. This is a lot of parsley because I love it. And then we're going to mix this up. See this? This is gonna be the filling that we put, well, it's filling I'm saying, but we're gonna add this to our ground beef. Oh yeah, ooh, it smells so good, you guys. It smells so good. Oh, I want to eat this. I'm gonna put a little more Worcestershire in there. Okay. Oh, that looks good. That looks good. If I say so myself, it looks good. And it smells delicious. Okay, and I put a little more parsley too. The recipe is down below, but you guys know when I cook, you gotta cook from the heart. So when you're cooking, your recipe is just your guide. Your heart lets you know when you've gotten there. When you look at it, you'll feel like this is right. If you're not sure, just follow the recipe. But trust your heart more than the recipe. Okay, now we're gonna come to our meat here. I'm gonna get my gloves. Because you know, meatloaf is a little messy, but you don't wanna overwork your meatloaf because if you overwork the meatloaf, it'll actually become dense. And you know, I don't like, have you ever had meatloaf that's like so dense and thick till you feel like you can't, you know, yeah, I don't like that. So what we do is we just work it a little bit. See here, just a little because we want to combine, get that sausage in there. Now this is hot Italian sausage I'm using today because I like flavor. I'm a flavor junkie. But you can use sweet Italian sausage or you can use mild or you can go the route some do, which is wrapping the meatloaf in bacon. That works too. Okay, see there, we just kind of gently folded it together. Just going to get that sausage mixed in there because we don't want you to get a piece of sausage by itself. Okay, see that? There we go. Now what we're going to do is take this filling here and we're going to add this filling. Well, I'm calling it filling, but you know, the onion mixture and garlic and parsley. I'm going to add that into our meatloaf like that. This thing smells so good. Okay? Then we're going to take this egg. Well, let's mix it up first. Just lightly folding it in. Ooh. I wish you guys were here right now to smell this. Okay, then what we're gonna do is take, this is a cup of breadcrumbs. I'm gonna mix about 2/3 of this in just like this. See, just lightly turning it. I'm not over mixing it because I don't want this to be a dense, thick meatloaf that, you know, you're just sitting there, you eat one bite and you can barely you have to keep chewing and feel like you're gonna choke because it's so thick. See that? Okay, now we're gonna take this egg, we're gonna beat this egg up. I had a fork over here to lightly beat this egg. Found my fork. Lightly beat these 2 eggs. This is gonna help bind it together. The breadcrumbs will as well, but the egg will help them bind together. I hope I got that in the shot. Lightly beat that. Pour your egg in there. Okay, add a little bit more breadcrumbs. Oh, this is so good. I have to confess, you guys, I'm not a big meatloaf fan, but when I started thinking about it, because I do make meatloaf, I do eat meatloaf, not a ton, but I do. I started thinking about it, I got excited. And lastly, we're gonna mix in some cheese. This is some shredded Parmesan cheese, because cheese makes everything better. Cheese is like bacon, you know? There's kind of nothing it doesn't make better. Or if there is, I don't want to spend time trying to think about it. Okay, look at that, guys. Does that not look delicious? Oh, wow. Okay, let me see. Let me put a little more salt in here. I did not put a ton in. You know, I don't like to over salt my food early because when you get to cooking, it's easier to add some salt than to take it out. And we try to be a little healthy around here. Okay. So we are now prepared to get this ready to go into the oven just about. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get my cookie tray here. Now you'll notice that I have a cookie tray that I'm using, but I've also put on top of it a baking rack. This is the kind that you use for cookies or cakes, and I do that so that as it cooks, the fat can drip down and not just collect at the bottom of the meatloaf. So that's why I have that there. Okay, I hope you can see me. Can you see me? Okay. I'm talking to you guys like you're right here in the kitchen with me because that's how I feel. And I like it when you're in the kitchen with me and we're cooking, because this is where the magic happens. This is where it all takes place. If I could just get my glove on right, it'll be even better. Okay, we're gonna make this into 2 meatloafs, okay? So I'm kind of just cutting them down the middle with my with my hand. Okay, I'm gonna take it. Again, I don't want to make it a dense meatloaf, so I'm not gonna overdo it. Okay, just like this. And just round it out. It looks really good. And I'm gonna try to make them even so that their cooking time will work. If you make one really big and one really small, then you're gonna have uneven cook time, and one will be done and the other one won't. So we'll take a look. If we need to redistribute the meat between these babies, we will. Oh, they look good. They look even. I'm gonna move this bowl so I can bring this over here and you can watch me. Get the last of those onions. This smells so delicious. Here we go. Okay. So again, if you are enjoying this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, I'm so glad to have you. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you've already been here, shout out hashtag Team Calabama. Team Calabama is where we're from. Remember, California girl with the Alabama way of cooking. And we always say here, shout out your cities and states, because Team Calabama is one big happy family. Okay, you see that, guys? See that? These are 2 meatloaves. They're about the same size, okay? Now what we're gonna do is put our sauce on them. So we've got over here where you saw I mixed up this brown sugar and ketchup, okay? I'm gonna stir it up. This is just a simple mixing it together, okay? You want it to have a little sweetness to it because, you know, ketchup is kind of strong, but it'll be okay, okay? We're also gonna put just a dab of Worcestershire in there, just a dab, okay? Just literally a dab. And also 1 little dab of this Dijon mustard. 1 dab, there. And we're gonna stir it up. Again, see that? Okay, and we're going to put this on the meatloaf. We're gonna cook our meatloaf at 350 degrees for about 20 minutes initially. Then we're gonna take it out and put some more sauce on it, okay? And when we get the more sauce on it, we're gonna cook it for an additional 20 to 30 minutes until it's done. See this? Oh, this looks so good. Now, I like sweet things, so I'm gonna add a little bit of brown sugar on top of this. See that? This is gonna bake in there. Oh, this is gonna be delicious. This is a great comfort meal. This is why meatloaf is the best comfort meal I think around, next to macaroni and cheese. I don't know, what do you guys think? Tell me below, what do you think is the best comfort food? Meatloaf or mac and cheese? That's a good question. I don't know the answer. Okay, here we go. See that? Doesn't that look good? Okay, and then we're going, the extra sauce is fine. We're going to use the extra sauce for, you can use it just as a sauce on it when you finish. We're going to take a little bit of brown sugar, okay? I'm going to put it in my hand. My hands are clean, okay? And I'm just going to just sprinkle it around just a little bit. It's going to cook into that ketchup and help it glaze up really nicely. Not a ton, because there's already some brown sugar in there. Just a little for that glaze. Okay, this looks delicious. We're going to put this in the oven, guys. 350 degrees for the first 20-30 minutes. Then we're going to come back. Okay, and when we come back to it, we're going to put some more sauce on there, baste it 1 more time, and let it keep cooking. All right, let's get it in the oven. So our meatloaf is about halfway done. Take a look. It's been in the oven for about 25 minutes. I took it out. See how that's glazing up nicely? We're gonna put some more of this ketchup and mixture on here. We're just layering the flavors. This is gonna be delicious, guys. Well, it's done. Our meatloaf is out of the oven and they look beautiful. Take a look at this. How wonderful does that look? I've let these sit for about 10 minutes or so that the juices can settle back in. I'm gonna take a little slice here and let you see the inside. Oh, you see that? That looks delicious. Oh, I can't wait to dig in. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me. You know what? I'm gonna grab a fork because you've got to see me taste this. You've watched it. You've been with me this long. I can't leave you hanging. Look at this. Oh, I gotta make sure I get the glaze. Let's see. I know you guys are laughing at me. I know you are, because I'm laughing at me too. Oh. That is really good. So thank you so much for joining me. Again, if you're already a subscriber, I'm so glad to have you again and see you today. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell as well so you'll be notified every time I put up a new video. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you next time for Calabama Cooking with Chef Lorious. Happy cooking.